Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David. This is my channel. So today's video, I want to talk about the truth that all minds are joined. Now this could be shocking at first. I remember when I first heard this and learned this. It's a really, really interesting concept that my mind and everybody else's are joined as one mind. So we've heard this idea of the one self. We all kind of understand of the one God, one consciousness. Now let me just convince you that that one God, that one consciousness, that one self is one mind. Everything comes from the mind. Now, I'm not talking about the body mind, the brain. I'm talking about the overall mind that we are. We could call it the heart too. And in the Course in Miracles, Jesus talks about this idea that the minds are joined. Now, this is important because we need to understand that the journey of spirituality is a mental journey. It's not a journey out here in this world. Out here in this world is like the shell. It's hard to see, but there's really nothing out here in this world. It's just a shell. Just like if you're going to bite a peach, you got to dig into it. You see, the mind itself would be the whole peach. So as you look out in this world, it's what you're thinking, it's what you're feeling, it's what you're experiencing from within that matters, not the outside. Even if you touch something in your senses, you feel it from within. So everything is created and done from within, and it's within this one mind that we all share. So that means all experiences can be had through everybody. So what's happened is through the idea of judgment, of looking out and judging the world in separate ways, we've created, so to speak, like a force field, a wall within that mind, and we've walled ourselves in to make it look like we have our own mind, and that's it. And I can think about it, things, and I can keep everything inside my head, so to speak. But in reality, once you let go of that judgment and you create and you let go of the differences and you allow things to become one, then in your mind, in your thoughts, through only having loving thoughts and no longer having these judging thoughts, you connect to all things. Now, that's a connection ongoing. From my experience, it's a massive connection. And when I'm really tuned in, I can really tune into another person, into an experience, into a situation, or even to the world in such a oneness, in such a connective way. To the point where you start getting inspiration, you start hearing from your guides, and so forth and so on. Because now you're connecting more and more from within. And within is your mind. It's your thoughts. So the key is to let go of unloving thoughts, to let go of judgments, and to start recognizing that this is what's keeping me stuck, is the judgment of the world, the we's, the you's, the me's, you see, the differences, the opposites, and these are all happening in our thoughts. And to start thinking in terms of love, of connection, of joining within your mind with others. Start seeing them as they want to be seen instead of as they're acting. Because every time, because our minds are joined, that you see them in a judgmental way, it comes back to you and you feel yourself as them. You see? And that's what we're experiencing. We look out and say, I don't like that person, and we go on and on, where it's coming back to us. And in reality, we're just looking at ourselves and talking about ourselves. This is one of the reasons why we think so low of who we actually are. And we tend to push against ourselves on a regular basis and belittle ourselves. Because as we belittle our brothers and sisters, unknowingly, we're talking about ourself, the one self. Because the other side of that is as you look out at somebody and become inspired by them and see them successful and see them powerful and see them as the master that they are, then you get to experience it yourself. Because as you see them, you see yourself. Either way, it's going to work, you see. So as we let go of these splits and recognize that when you look out there and see someone you admire, you're seeing the version of you that you admire. Do you understand? Because we are all one. And within your mind, which is the essence of all that you are, you hold all things. You are all that is. That means you hold the grandeur of God itself. In this world, this creative world, is to be able to pull those things to you to experience them in an individual way, so to speak. But you hold everything within. All abundance, all prosperity. This is one of the reasons why to attract, you have to become. You have to feel it as yourself. And the more you understand, well, if I can feel that as myself, then you can feel this as yourself. Then you start realizing it must be all me. It's like we all belong to one network, just like the internet, so to speak. And we can tap in from any channel, anywhere in that network, right? You put it in the top and you're here, and then all of a sudden, boom, you go there. You don't have to go back, and you see, you can just go anywhere you want to go. And this is how the mind works. You could just access anything right here, right now. The only deal is you have to access it from your perspective. You cannot access it from someone else's perspective. As Jesus would say in the Way of Mastery, we live in glass houses. He said, you have access to the entirety of the full soul because we are all connected. Just like someone on one web page has access to the whole of the other web page, but from their perspective. And each one of us has an ongoing perspective. So therefore, when we look out and access different things out there, different people, different experiences, we're going to experience it and see it as we decide to see it. Now, if we share the view of love, and we understand that we are all connected, then we won't judge them as separate from ourselves. And we will see them in the light instead of what we call the darkness. You'll see good in them, and then you'll take it for yourself, and you'll let them go along their journey. Let them be where they're at. You see? And we just kind of pull in from our brothers, from our sisters, from our world, from our creations, all that we are as ourself. But remember this, you give it to the whole of the sonship. So that means that all thoughts that you have are being broadcasted out to the whole mind of God. Now that's a powerful statement, but it is a true statement because we each represent that one mind, and we share that one mind. So that means that the thoughts that you have are broadcasted out for any soul to be able to receive as their own. This is one of the reasons why when we're around people that are negative, we feel that negative energy. Do you see? We're picking up on some of those thoughts. We ever wonder where those thoughts come from? You don't have thoughts, you receive thoughts. And we're all in the vicinity of receiving some of these thoughts from the one mind. And this is why we have to become proficient at when you feel a negative thought come in, to let it go, to ignore it, to release it. A lot of times what I do is when I feel a negative thought come through me, I don't take responsibility for it. I say, oh, I received that negative thought, and I give it over to my higher self, and I say, you take it. Now, this is where you'll hear in the Bible, give everything to your God. You see, give everything to the Holy Spirit to be healed. It's a true statement. The Holy Spirit is always there. That one essence, that one collective mind is always with us. So I give it over to that collective loving mind to take. And they can send love to that thought and add to that thought. Because all a negative thought is a half thought. In other words, it's missing. And what is it missing? It's missing love. And since it's missing love, if you give it over to that holy mind, then it will add love to it, and the thought will be taken care of. Does that make sense a little bit? It's awesome when you understand, because we're just adding love to the world. That's really what we're doing, because if anything's missing out there, it's just missing love. And as you learn to add love to your life, to your thoughts, then you will make them holy again. So I pay attention not to any half thoughts, negative thoughts in my mind. I know the journey is in the mind, not outside. So I give those thoughts over, and then I receive only loving thoughts. And I become very, very conscious of what I think. Don't just throw your thoughts away. If I can give you any advice at all, those thoughts are important, because that's the journey. What you think is the journey. You are a creator based on your thoughts, and you are giving always to the whole of that one mind through your thoughts. Once I started realizing that my thoughts were going out to the whole of the holy mind itself, to all of us, I started becoming more particular about the thoughts that I was having. See, we've been told that thoughts are we're just ruminating, just thoughts, just thinking about things. But that's not true. You're creating with your thoughts. You're sending out, you're communicating with your thoughts. They are a now thing, not a past thing. Thoughts are not of the past. Thoughts are of now. Any thought you have is not of the past. It might feel like it's of the past, but it's being sent out now. This is why we become more careful of our thinking. What would you like to send out to the whole of the mind is what you want to ask yourself before you think. And then as you let go of the ongoing ruminating of thinking, then now you send thoughts on purpose. I am feeling good. And as you say that, you know you're talking about the whole mind. I'm feeling good. I am loving. I am kind. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am amazing. Do you see? And now you're speaking on behalf of the whole of the sonship. And as you send those thoughts out, that mind, the others, get to receive it. And you're not afraid of what others may receive from those loving thoughts. As Jesus would say in the Course of Miracles, only loving thoughts are real, and only loving thoughts can you share. If you have a negative thought, you will send it out, but the sonship will not take it as their own, so therefore it sticks inside you. Now those negative thoughts sit there until you decide to give them over so they can receive the love that they are missing. So it seems difficult, but it's not as difficult as you think. Just remember, thoughts are either of perfect love or they're missing love. Don't hold on to thoughts that are missing love. Give them love, or give them over to the Holy Spirit in order to give love to those thoughts. Don't hold on to half thoughts. Don't hold on to negative thoughts. You see, it does no good to hold on to something that's missing love. And as you learn to give love to these thoughts, or give them over to that one mind that can give them love, then your mind will become one with loving thoughts. Does that make sense? And you'll no longer have negative thoughts. And as you have one mind, and you share that mind, and you feel that beautiful, complete wholeness of all of us through only loving thoughts, then it will feel good. And your mind will no longer sit in that place of rumination, of just mind activity. You see? And when those half thoughts come in, you'll just dismiss them. And you'll move right back into the loving mind of God again. Take this with you. It's a beginning. We don't have to get the whole thing. It's just a beginning, understanding that our minds are joined. And that's where the journey really, really lies, in that mind. And as always, it is up to you what you receive. We all have free will. That's the beautiful thing about all of this. Hit the like button if it's speaking to you. Otherwise, subscribe. and send me comments. I love to hear your comments. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation to the one mind that we all share.